Okay, so I have my under sketch of Yoda done, and I'm going to start in with my HB mechanical pencil and start with the rest of the drawing. And I'm going to work a little more slowly and carefully. And I'm going to start, I always pick like a central point to start with and sort of work out from. So I'm going to start with the nose, the bottom of the nose. And work from there. And this is really a good reference photo. I like this one because it's got a lot of sort of shadows and highlights in it. So that helps me a lot with blocking out the shapes and measuring proportions, right? So for example, right now I'm working with the nose. Well, you can see that sort of the bottom half of the nose is all shadow. There are these deep shadows between the edge of the nose and where the eye starts, and these lines sort of come out from it. So as I'm drawing, if you feel comfortable with that, I can sort of block the shadows as well and sort of start filling those in. And again, I'm going off of the lines from my underdrawing. But if, as I'm working, I see that one of the lines is maybe slightly misplaced, I can correct that, as I'm working. And that's just what I do. So if you look through my sketchbook, for most of the drawings, you can see sort of faint, errant blue lines going through, which I like. That doesn't bother me. I like that they're in there. It sort of gives it character. I'll block that out. Add in these lines. So then this, for example, I've drawn this line right here to represent the top of this shadow. But as I'm looking at it, I see that I think I've drawn it too high. So in other words, the shadow doesn't go up that far. So I can just go in there and erase that. But the point of my saying that is while you're working, I constantly want to try and check the proportions and make sure that they're okay, because I'd rather erase it now and correct it than be in the middle of rendering the whole thing and realize, oh, not only is that wrong, but it's really not helping to sell the drawing. In other words, I can see that it's very wrong. And it's not something that I can sort of cover up. So I'm just blocking out these shadows under his eyes. This comes down and he's got some real dark shadows in his cheeks there. So you can see it's starting to come together at this point. Now some of the lines on his ear are obscured by some fuzz. That's okay. I can draw those hairs in later, but for right now I just want to make sure, again, that I have everything sort of in the right place. And let's move over to the other eye. Okay, the mouth in there. So now at this point, maybe I'll go in and start blending some of this, and I'll end up needing to darken these shadows up significantly and continue adding the details. But you can see that's pretty much how we took this drawing, just from the rough sketch to starting to add these details.